So today we're doing meal prep. These are the things I got for the meal prep. Have some salmon, some ground chicken. I have brown rice. We have salad mix. I already opened it up. We have bell peppers. Have some banana pepper rings, onion, zucchini, some avocado oil, tomatoes, broccoli, shredded coleslaw mix, and spinach. Did I say brown rice already? All right, so we're going to turn this into salads for the week and also at least 5 meals for the week with vegetables and brown rice. So let's get started. So salads are first. We're going to get them out the way real quick. I'm going to use most of the salad mix for that. And then I'm also going to use 2 of the bell peppers out of the 3-pack. We'll keep the other one to go with our veggies for our meals. I'm going to use half of the broccoli for the salads, the other half to go towards the meals. Of course, we'll have our tomatoes. I'm going to add some of this coleslaw mix to the salad just for another raw vegetable element. And it also has carrots in it, so it's like a 2-for-1. You have your cabbage and your carrots. And then I also have these banana pepper rings that we like to eat on the salad. So let me start that. I've already washed my bell pepper and my tomatoes. I still have to wash my broccoli, and we're going to start assembling our salads. All right, salad time. So we're going to start to fill our bowls with our salad mix. It's going to be enough for this size bowl, these 6, and then more. I'm definitely going to have some extra. So if I wanted to do more salads later on or something else, I'm definitely going to have enough for that. So put a nice big handful in your container. I like a lot of salad greens. Some people like more of the other veggies. This is really how you like to make your salad. So load it up however you like. A big piece of radicchio. All right, so let's go ahead and add some of our coleslaw mix. Like I said, it has those carrots in there and that shredded cabbage. As many veggies as possible for these salads. And the fact that you get both carrots and cabbage in one bag makes it even better. Let's do this. If you have a big piece like that, take it out. All right, more in this one. The salad portion should only take about 10 minutes at the most to make your 6 salads. And that includes washing and prepping all your veggies. So, got that. Tomatoes are washed. Let's go ahead and add those next. Nice handful of these bad boys. And whatever veggies you like, go ahead and add them. There we go. Got 2 more. There we go. Save one to snack on. All right, so I'm going to cut up my bell peppers next. And I just slice my bell peppers and add those to my salad bowls. Just cut right around that core. And then you can just discard the seeds. Or keep them and dry them out and put them in your garden. Knife is not the sharpest, but we're going to go with it. I'm going to add those to the salad. And the more colorful, the better. You see how good these salads are looking already. And we've only added a few things. Now you can, of course, buy a salad dressing from the store, or you can make your own. A simple dressing that I like to make is a maple Dijon dressing. So I start that with my olive oil. I do some Dijon mustard, of course, maple syrup, a little bit of red wine vinegar, and black pepper, and that salad dressing is amazing. And that's what I make every week, but you can do any variety that you like. If you like a creamier dressing, you can do a creamy Italian, which is really good also. All right, so let's cut up this yellow bell pepper. Now, if you want to do like a quick snack pack, If you have extra like bell peppers and broccoli, you can always make like some vegetable little snack packs and you can maybe dip those in some ranch dressing or something like that. I love raw vegetables, period. So you can definitely make some extra little snacks if anything you have left over. A little on the go something or the other. All right, there's our bell pepper. Divide this up. That looks good. Do a little bit more in this one. Right there. And then we have our broccoli. Just going to cut this into florets. All right. A little bit there. A little bit there. A little there. 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 And there. And if I have to take some from another one or just cut up more, I can do that because remember I still have some left that I'm using for our bowls. I may add a little bit more to that one. And then our banana pepper rings. To give that nice little kind of vinaigrette taste, a little bit of pickly taste for people who like that. You can also do olives. You can do dried cranberries. You can do different kinds of cheese. You can really have fun with this. Get the rest of these out of there. All right, and our salads are done. So let's move on to the next thing. All right, so it's time for the entrees. So I have my ground chicken in the bowl. We have our salmon that I cut some slits in, and I actually seasoned the salmon with some adobo and black pepper. We have our veggies already cut and ready to go. And then we have some brown basmati rice that I washed. And last but not least, some onion and garlic that we're going to use in our rice. So let me do a little bit of extra seasoning in our ground chicken. So I like to put a little bit of oil. I'm using avocado oil or chicken broth whenever I'm doing ground chicken or ground turkey because you want it to be nice and juicy. So either of those work, just about a tablespoon or two, not too much. I'm going to add some of this Montreal chicken seasoning or whatever seasoning you like. Feel free to season it up. Some black pepper. And I also already added a little bit of minced garlic. So I'm just going to mix all of this together. And then we're going to form our patties at the stove. So we're going to put these directly into our frying pan to make our chicken burgers. And that looks good. You don't want to overmix it because it makes it kind of tough. All right, so just use your hand to kind of loosely divide your chicken into 4 sections. If you want to make your burgers a little bit smaller, you can do 5 sections. And then we're going to form them at the stove, like I said. At the stove, all of our pans are heating up. We're going to use this pan for our salmon, this pan for the chicken burgers, and this pan for the rice. So everybody needs a little bit of oil just to get going. Just a little bit. A little bit of oil. A little bit of oil. There we go. Now I'm going to start by sauteing my onion and garlic for the rice. So let's get that going in the back of our pot. Nice and hot. And we're going to let that cook a little bit. And while it's cooking, we're going to go ahead and start our salmon and our chicken burgers. So let's get our salmon in the pan. And then we're going to go ahead and start our chicken burgers. We get another glove for this hand since I did touch that raw salmon. Always have a box of gloves. And if you don't want to use gloves, that's totally up to you. That's fine. I just like to use them when I'm cooking. So, all right. So let's get our chicken burgers. Remember, we went ahead and divided our chicken burgers up. Just gonna grab one of those sections and just form your burgers. If they're not perfectly round, it's okay. Don't stress yourself. So these are going to make four nice size burgers. Like I said, if you want to make 5, you definitely can. You're going to make them a little bit smaller. But remember, they will shrink down a little bit while we're cooking. So keep that in mind. All right, let's put that right there. Got that guy in there. Let me check on our veggies for our rice. Now, if you notice, I do not have the vegetables that are going to go with the meals over here. I'm going to actually cook those in the same pan that I'm cooking the turkey burgers in once they're done. I like to use the least amount of dishes possible. So I like to kind of, if I know I can cook them in there, they're going to go in there. Save me a headache, one less dish to wash. So let me stir up our onion and garlic. It doesn't have to cook all the way right now because remember, as the rice cooks, it's going to continue to cook our onion and our garlic. Smells good already. So I'm going to add in our washed brown basmati rice. And I'm going to get some water to get this out, so don't worry. Just stir all of this around. And you do want to add a little bit of salt. I'm going to do some adobo since we're already using that seasoning. But you definitely want to add some seasoning to your rice. The basmati rice has a lot of flavor. It's very fragrant. So you can go a little bit lighter on the salt and seasonings with basmati rice than you would another like plain white rice. But you still want something. A little something. Let me grab this adobo. You want to stir this up. And just make sure it's coated with whatever little bit of oil that you have in the bottom of the pan. And then we just want to get our water. Alright, so let's add our water. And all that extra rice that was in our container will come on out with that water. And then we'll just let this come to a boil. So I'm going to give it a good stir. We'll let it come to a boil. And then once it boils, I'm going to cut the heat down, put the lid on, let it cook for about 20 minutes, and our rice will be done. Alright, so let's turn this on high. Let that come to a boil. We can also go ahead and flip our turkey burgers because they're ready to be flipped. Thing about meal prep, you want to do a couple things at the same time to make it easy so it won't be such a daunting task for you. A lot of people don't like meal prep because they feel like it's difficult or, you know, it takes too long to do. If you do this, it'll be okay. Alright, so let's flip our salmon. I'm going to pull it. Got a nice color on it. And I'm going to cut the salmon on low and just allow it to continue to cook. You don't want it to overcook. Salmon does not take a really long time to cook. I have it on super low. And I'm just going to let it cook for another maybe 4 minutes on this side. It'll be done. The salmon's on. Our rice is on. Our turkey burgers are on. The only thing we have left are our vegetables. We're going to cook the vegetables last after the turkey burgers come out. and then our meal prep will be done. So I'll show you all what that looks like in about another 5 or 10 minutes. So our burgers are pretty much done. So our chicken burgers are looking good. They're about to come out of the pan. Remember, we're going to use that pan to cook our vegetables. So you don't have to worry about, cleaning that pan after. We're going to put the vegetables right in there. Our rice is coming to a boil. Now I like to boil the rice uncovered for just a couple minutes before I cover it up. So I'm going to let that cook a little bit longer. Cut it down to low. Let that steam for 20 minutes covered. Our salmon, I went ahead and cut the heat off. So after it was on this side for about 4 or 5 minutes, I cut the heat off. There's a little bit more at the bottom, a little bit of pinkness at the bottom. It needs to continue to cook, but with the heat off, that will continue to cook the salmon. You want it to be nice and juicy. So don't feel like you have to leave it on high the whole time and let it keep cooking. Just leave it off, let it sit in the pan for a few more minutes, and then we'll take that out. It'll be perfect. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get these burgers out of the pan. We'll get our veggies in. And then everything will be ready in like the next 15 minutes. All right, so I'm gonna get these burgers out of the pan. They're done. They're nice and juicy too. Got a nice color on them, which is perfect. We'll set these to the side. And then we're gonna go ahead and add our veggies right to this pan. We're gonna add our veggies right to our frying pan. And hopefully we can fit them all. See? I like to add just a little teeny bit of water, not a lot. I don't want to boil my vegetables, but I want the steam to help to cook the vegetables. So just a little teeny bit of water, and if you need to add more, you can. That's a little bit. There we go. Just let that cook. And if the water evaporates in a little bit more, you can always add a little bit more at a time. But don't add so much that the vegetables start to boil. We don't want that. We want them to steam. And you can also add a lid. So we're going to season our veggies with whatever seasoning you like. I have this Kinder salt, pepper, and garlic blend. So I'm going to do a little bit of this on our veggies. Not to overpower, because veggies have a lot of flavor on their own. So a little sprinkle is good enough. And if you want to add more, you can. Definitely add as much as little as you like. And whatever blends you like. If you want to add some minced garlic to this, that would be good too. But this one has salt, pepper, and garlic. Pretty much the 3 things that you need in almost everything you cook. So we'll let that cook down. We'll check our rice in about 15 minutes. Salmon is good to go. Burgers are already off. And we're almost done. Our vegetables are done. They look so good. Our rice is done. Looking good. Our salmon is perfectly cooked. And you all already saw the chicken burgers. So we're going to start to assemble all of our meal preps. And all of this probably took about 30 minutes to cook, which is not bad at all. I'm just going to fluff our rice. Nice and perfectly cooked brown basmati rice. So I'm going to start by putting a little bit of spinach in the bottom of the plates. And once you heat your meals up, the spinach will wilt down. So I just leave it raw, just for a little extra veggies, a little extra nutrients. Right in the bottom, just like that. Okay. Now I'm doing 5 plates. A little bit extra I'm going to eat for lunch today. Because I need some meals for today too. Alright, so we got our spinach on our plates. We're going to take our rice and start to add our rice to our plates too. So basically now we're just assembling everything. And I don't have to show you all 5 plates individually, but I'll show you what they look like. And just put as much or as little rice as you like. This rice smells so good. Look at that rice with those onions and that garlic and that adobo. Get another spoon. And you can always sub your brown rice for quinoa. You don't even have to do rice at all. You can do like a veggie pasta. Even if you want to do white rice, it's totally up to you. But I like to have some type of starch. Baked sweet potatoes, whatever you want to do. So let me fill the rest of these plates up with our rice. And then we'll go ahead and start to add on our veggies and our protein, and our meals will be good to go. So our veggies are going on next, and make sure you get a nice mixture of everything when you're adding your veggies to your plate. These veggies smell amazing. For the salmon, I'm just going to divide it right where I cut the slits. And I'm going to save a little piece for me to eat now. And you can see how juicy and moist that salmon is. Perfectly cooked. The salmon right on top of that spinach. Grab the second piece. And like I said, one piece is for today's lunch. All right, let's see. Now what I'll do sometimes when I pack up the salmon meals, I put some lemon wedges right in the container with it, so when you heat up your meal, you can add some freshly squeezed lemon juice on top of your salmon. So there's our salmon meal. That's looking good. You have your salmon, your spinach, our veggies, and our brown basmati rice. So then we're going to finish up our turkey burger meals by just adding the turkey burger. They're not really that hot anymore, so I can just handle them right on top of that spinach. And if you want to add toppings like tomatoes or onion, any type of dipping sauce, you can definitely do that once you heat everything up. But we have 5 meals, and we actually still have rice left over. We have some roasted veggies left over. Of course, we have spinach left over. So I can make a few more meals if I make another protein or just do a vegetarian meal. Totally up to you. Our meal prep is done. So we have our chicken burger meals. I have 3 of those because I'm eating the last one today for my lunch. We have a couple of salmon meals. So that's our protein, our brown basmati rice with the onion and garlic. We have some fresh spinach up under our sauteed veggies. And I still have stuff left over. I still have spinach. I still have veggies. I still have rice. So I can make another couple of meals if I want to add some more protein or just some extra veggies and do a vegetarian meal. It's really up to me. Or the extra that I'm going to eat for lunch, turkey burger, got my glove there, and that little bit of salmon, I can make 2 more meals out of that. But I'm going to eat some for lunch. So those are not an option. But just to show you our 5 meals, remember we made 6 salads. And all of this probably took 30 minutes at the most, maybe 35. Let's say 35. Super simple. So there's our meal prep. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you on our next video. Bye, guys.